You should be ashamed of yourself. You were in a McDonald's parking lot. And you're worried about who's going first through the drive-through? You've got to be kidding me. And you get out and assault a man who's 30 years older than you, that clearly is not as strong as you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, that's all right. Derek Arthur Eshelman, 26B148944. Mr. Hogan, you can come on up here, sir.
Morning, Judge. The applicant the 82378 on behalf of Mr. Eshel.
Your name, sir?
Derek Ushelman.
Sir, your name.
Anthony Hogan.
Prosecutor offered a plea to assault and battery under section 771.1. I asked for the video, and apparently it no longer exists at the McDonald's. That might have captured the assault, none exists. That's where they are. I'm not, let me just put it to you this way. You better make this one good. Not that you always don't. You always do. But I don't go for this. So, is everything in this report accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm
Yes.
asking, any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
There's no additions, deletions, or corrections.
What would you like to tell me? And by the way, did you get a chance to read this victim's rights statement?
No.
Well, can I read it to you? And if you need to talk to your client about it further, I will.
Okay.
I was shocked and terrified when the crime occurred. I was slammed into the ground and kicked in the face. As a result, I was taken to the emergency room by ambulance, and the doctors told me my rotator cuff was torn on my right shoulder, which is my dominant arm. My right shoulder was dislocated and my nose was broken, as well as swelling and bruising around my arm. I couldn't see out of my eye for a long time, and my arm was in a sling. I possibly need surgery on my left eye after seeing an eye doctor. I also may require surgery on my shoulder. And
I think my charger's in your car.
Can you? I also may require surgery on my shoulder, and I go to physical therapy 2 days a week as a result. My glasses were broken, so I had to pay for a replacement. I think it says pour, P-O-U-R. Oh, pair. I'm sorry. I'm in pain and I can't enjoy things like I was able to before. I'll face lifelong pain and suffering from this assault. I'm scared of the man that did this coming after me again. I hope the man that assaulted me is punished with the full extent of the law. I needed assistance going to appointments as well as daily chores. I lived alone and was independent before this, and I've had to ask for help from family. I had to ask for help writing this because it hurt too much. I've also suffered financially due to bills and paying for a replacement pair of glasses. Medicaid only covered a portion of my medical bills, and I do not have enough money to pay them. I've suffered physically, mentally, and financially from this assault that has affected my family as well. We're more on edge from this. I hope justice is well served in this case. So I want to make sure I understand. We're going to come to you in a second, Mr. Hogan, and I want to hear some and see any documentation that you may have regarding your injuries and any necessity of surgery. So go ahead, Ms. Patillo. Have you had a chance to review the report? I know you already said there were no additions, corrections, or deletions.
We did review the report, Your Honor. There are no additions, deletions, or corrections.
Anything you would like to say on his behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Asherman, he is employed, all that, as you can see in the report, he has a child, Your Honor. I know that last time we were here, there were some things put on the record about Army and different things like that. Mr. Eshelman was not saying that in defense or self-defense or anything like that.
He was saying the instincts that he gained from the military caused him to do this. And by the way, he fled the scene too, right? Did the military teach him to flee the scene? But anyway, go ahead.
So he made those statements for different reasons. He is very apologetic for the situation. He's very apologetic to what Mr. Hogan has had to go through. He's understands that he may be on the hook to pay some medical bills or things like that, whatever Mr. Hogan is able to produce. But again, Judge, he is very apologetic. He was very apologetic when we spoke. He wishes he could take it back. I don't know that, I know Your Honor may be considering jail time. I would ask for you to forego any jail time because Mr. Eshelman is very apologetic in the situation. He also needs to keep his job. If Mr. Hogan does need restitution, if the court is satisfied with whatever Mr. Hogan presents in terms of medical bills, his glasses that need to be repaired, things like that, Mr. Eshelman will have to pay for that. But if he loses his job, obviously Mr. Hogan would have to wait longer, Your Honor. So I would ask if the court would consider following the recommendation and maybe just order more days on the court work program in lieu of any jail, Judge.
Anything you would like to say, Mr. Eshelman?
I just apologize to him. It was a complete lapse of judgment on my end and it would never happen again. I accept full responsibility for what I did.
How old are you, Mr. Hogan?
67.
How old are you, Mr. Eshelman?
37.
What would you think of him if he kicked a 97-year-old in the face? I am troubled by this. Very troubled by this. I don't like assault cases. And honestly, as far as I can tell, you were acting nothing more than like a bully. I don't like bullies. I didn't like bullies when I was 12, and I don't like them at 67. You have any medical reports?
I just have an imaging order and I have to go and get another ultrasound on my arm, but it does state rotator cuff and
What kind of injuries have the doctors told you that you have? You're in a courtroom, and I want you to be completely honest with me.
I had a dislocated shoulder that night, off the back end. I have a torn rotator cuff with ligaments and a chip bone in the shoulder. I had nasal bone fractures and an eye socket bone fracture.
Orbital bone?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have to go back, I think July 24th, because this eye droops and it waters like all the time. I have to go back and see, and right now I'm in physical therapy because the, Dr. Siskowski out of Royal Oak, or, where is it, Michigan orthopedic surgeons. He wanted to see.
You gotta take that phone out of here.
The phone has to leave the
Signs
building.
all over.
Ma'am,
It's gotta go.
it's gotta go. Please take it out.
Out to your car.
Oh.
Phone's
Ma'am,
gotta go.
ma'am, take the phone out of the building.
He wants to see if there's between the MRI and physical therapy and ultrasound, if he can tell if there is an additional tearing with possibility of surgery. I believe right now he is trying to not do surgery, and I would rather he didn't. I'm 67 and not playing baseball or anything anymore, so just hitting my daily.
I want to make sure I understand how this happened. You were in the drive-through, right?
Yes, I was in the outside lane. There was two lanes. When I pulled up, the first lane was occupied by two vehicles. And I pulled to the outside. And the first vehicle left and they took my order. When I went to pull to the pay window is when Mr. Hirschman pulled forward in front of me into the pay window and was complaining to them that he was next. And
Then he backed into your car?
then we went to the pay window, so our orders were offset, so they had him pull ahead. And I noticed when I got to the pay window, he had pulled ahead, his reverse lights were on. So I beat the horn, blew my lights at him and hollered out the window, don't back up, you're in reverse. Because some people, when they pull forward and they go back up, they,
Right.
you know, and slowly, it was no fast hit, but it just slowly, I don't know if he took his foot off the brake or wasn't paying attention, I like, but it backed into my car. And so I got out, was just gonna, and I said, he just backed into my car. It's like, or my truck. He's like, he gets out and he says, oh, well, show me where I backed into your car, tough guy. And I went to turn like this to the front of my vehicle, and it had snow on it and stuff, because it was, the next thing I knew, I was pushing to. I don't know if I hit.
I'm sorry, say that again. Next thing you know what?
I was pushed. I don't know if I hit the front of my bumper or the ground. I ended up on the ground, and I couldn't get up because my arm was, pressing my, push myself up. And that's when I was kicked
Kicked where?
in the face.
How many times?
Once. Glasses were kicked off. The people came out from McDonald's, seen me laying on the ground. They thought I had got run over in the drive-through. And they asked if I needed police in their ambulance. And I said yes. And then I don't know if he ever got his order. He ended up leaving and the police came, ambulance came. Took me to emergency room.
What kind of out of pocket do you have? Restitution?
I had a list, but it was turned in.
Have you received all the bills regarding all the treatment that you've had?
So far, yes. Glasses, I have, prescriptions, co-pays, most of my insurance.
I'm gonna set a restitution hearing a couple months out. And I'm gonna have you get everything together. And you are going to send it to the court and to the defense lawyer. Actually, let's call him Ms.
I think,
Well, hang on. Let's call him Ms. Foley Carter. Yeah, I know, but you're still going, right? And I want to make sure that everything's covered. And what isn't covered, I'm gonna order him to pay.
as far as the therapy, I just have my schedule. Would you like a letter from me now?
How many times are you going to, how many times are you going to therapy?
Twice a week.
Your name?
Fully current process.
There's gonna be an issue of restitution. I'm having him get bills together. We're gonna set a restitution hearing in about 2 months. Okay?
Understood.
And I'm gonna have him send everything to you, and I'm gonna ask you to forward it to the court and to Ms. Patillo.
Do that.
Okay? So give me a restitution hearing date when I'm done here, Heather. Anything else anybody wants to say, I'll be glad to listen. Anything else, Mr. Hogan?
Yes, I just, basically what was said in the first report, and I just, kind of rewrote something, about, not being able to do the things I did do and stuff. And having to rely on my children for help and stuff, which I would live alone, I'm very independent, I don't like asking for help and stuff. I understand Mr. Ashelman was either having a bad day or something, I don't believe that's his everyday character, I hope not. But I do ask for your judgment on his punishment. And I would like to tell Mr. Ashelman that I can forgive him for his actions. And like I said, I'm 67 years old, I don't think I was that big into it.
I don't either. You, never been convicted of anything. They're going to take us under section 771. I'll do that. I want you to understand me, Mr. Esham. I have nothing but the highest respect for people that served in it, that serve and have served in our military. You almost insulted the military when you made the statement to me at the last hearing. My military training kicked in. Now, if you were in Iran and this happened, that'd be one thing. You were in a McDonald's parking lot and you're worried about who's going first through the drive-through. You've got to be kidding me. And you get out and assault a man who's 30 years older than you, that clearly is not as strong as you. You should be ashamed of yourself. I just don't understand this. I don't understand the anger that goes on out here anymore. The animosity among people. I just don't understand it. Like if we all were going to live till we're 1,872 years old, maybe we could afford to act like a jerk now. This is a short life we live. And I just don't like the tough guys. I just don't. You beat up a man 30 years your senior. You kicked him in the head. I saw the pictures. I've read the statements. I read the reports. You left the scene after this. You knew you did wrong, and somehow, some way, you justified and tried to rationalize it last time on the basis of military training that kicked in. I don't relish sending first offenders to jail. I really don't. 12 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance of any unit of government. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You do have to report as directed. No contact with the victim, Dennis Hogan. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email him, or communicate with him, or have anybody else do any of those things for you on your behalf. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. You're to serve an anger management program with 12-week follow-up. I'm going to set a restitution hearing. We're going to give you a date on that, and we're also going to give you a prosecutorial review date, and you're to pay restitution as ordered following the hearing. We're going to give a date on the restitution, Heather, in about 2 months. Do you understand the sentence of the court so far?
I do, Your Honor.
You didn't serve any time in jail at all, correct?
I do not, Your Honor.
This could be a lot worse. I'm gonna order 25 days jail. I'm gonna let you serve 7 days on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that, for a total of $240 to $245. You're to serve 18 days jail forthwith. You're to pay fines of $200, costs $275, victims each sprite fee, $50 justice assessment. Now I'm gonna go higher than 400 fines. 200 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. That's 7.25. Screening fee is 60 for 785. Probation fees are 240 for a total of 1,025, plus attorney fees of 40 for 1,065, plus court work program fees. Your total here amounts to 1,310. If you that includes the 7 days on the court work program, you're going to pay restitution as ordered following a hearing. The restitution date will be when, Heather?
We could do August 20th.
Will Ms. Patillo be here that day?
Oh, actually, she will not. We won't have her again until August 26th.
Then let's set it after August 26th.
All right, so we could do August 26th. Then you want to do 8:30?
Yes, August 26th at 8:30. You're to forward all the medical bills to Ms. Foley Carter, sir, Mr. Hogan, by August the 7th. I would like you to appear here as well. And give me a prosecutorial review date where this case would be dismissed on motion of the prosecutor if you're compliant. That has to be before June 17th of 27. Heather, what day am I going to have for that?
That will be the 27 calendar. That could be June 9th.
June 9th to 27 at 8:30 will be your review hearing date. We'll give you paper notices on both of those. I want you to understand something. This could have been a lot worse. This is a first offense and you've never been in trouble, but that's it. I'm sorry. You're in custody for the next 18 days. Good luck. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. For purposes of appeal, you should have thought about that before you kicked this man in the head. Have a seat.
Yeah, may I speak?
No.
This way, sir.
If you want to speak, I'll let you speak. I'll probably change my mind and make it worse. Do we understand one another?
We do, Your Honor.
If you want to speak, I'll let you speak, but I'll probably change my mind and make the sentence worse. Do we understand one another?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, have a seat.
Come on, this way.
I'm taking a 5-minute recess. Jermaine Malik Paula, 24B146938A. That is the charge of operating while impaired. I also have resist and obstruct an officer on file 24B146938B. And then I have 2 civil infractions, 24B147070C and 7070B. And those are for no proof of insurance and PBT refusal. So let's take one thing at a time. Have you had a chance, first of all, your appearances, please?
Bianca TOBA 2378 on behalf of Mr. Jermaine Powell.
All right. What are we doing on this?
So after the sentencing, we did review the report and there are no additions, deletions, or corrections.
Right. Okay. Is there anything that you would like to say on her behalf?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Powell told me that he has been going to AA. The last time he went was June 11th, 2026. He only receives Social Security as income right now. He's compliant with his medication. He's going to enroll with community mental health. He does have a medical marijuana card, which is current, Your Honor. It doesn't expire until May 2028. He's cleared up. There was a warrant in Detroit. He cleared that. He does have a hearing date on June 23rd, 2026, and then he's working on clearing up his other warrants. Oh, for the AA, he is going to Oak of Righteous in Monroe.
Oak of Righteous?
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Paul? Is there anything, sir, that you would like to tell me before I sentence you?
You have a sober too.
I can't hear you.
I do have a sober act. So with the AA, we go off the app where we can keep ourselves sober and we put the type of liquor we want. And we just go up and then we get it sober. But I met a lot of friends in the AA, so we went all sober. So and continue our sober together as a friend group.
So, all right, this.
All right. But you've seen that, all of that, right? You've seen his AA verification, correct?
Yeah, Your Honor.
You got to keep yourself out of trouble, sir.
I'm moving forward with my life. I'm clearing up everything.
I'm going to place you on probation for a period of 12 months. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You're not to take kratom. You're not to consume food or other items that contains kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils. Those are prohibited. If you consume any of those items, that will be deemed a violation. I will not violate you if you test positive for THC, so long as you possess a valid medical marijuana card. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs bi-weekly for 2 months. If you're clean, I'll then make it monthly. You're to attend AA twice a week until you're in an intensive outpatient treatment program. Once you get in an intensive outpatient treatment, you no longer have to attend AA or NA. So attend AA, NA twice a week until you're in intensive outpatient treatment. Attend the Victims Impact Panel, which is one night put on by Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. For all of your open warrants, I'm not gonna give you 60 days, I'll give you 30, but you gotta get taken care of those. You're to pay fines of 300, costs 200, 75 victim choice fee, $50 justice assessment, 60 in a screening fee. So your total there amounts to 685. You have 240 in probation fees for 925. You have cost of recovery of 225 for a total of $1,150. You also have attorney fees of $40, bringing your total to $1,190. I'm also going to order 5 days jail credit 1. I'll let you serve those as follows: 3 days on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that for a total of $105. That brings your total here to 1295. So 3 days court work program. I'll let you do the other day by way of community service. 8 hours of community service. I'm gonna give you all the way until August the 10th to complete that. I'm concerned about some of these controlled substance charges you had in the past. And we got to get you under control. You may be eligible for early discharge. If you're compliant, you've done everything, no violations within the preceding 90 days after 6 months, you will be discharged. On the resist, hinder, and obstruct, I'm gonna go light on you, but you gotta maintain control. 100 fines, 50 costs, 75 victim rights, $50 justice assessment. I'm not putting you on probation on that. It's 275 or 90 days. And I need him to pay these civil infraction files. I hope he has the money, because they've been outstanding for quite some time. How much does he owe? Somewhere in the neighborhood of about $650, Heather?
On the civil infractions, let's see here, Judge. On the PBT, he owes 332. And on the no insurance, he owes 362.
How much?
362.
So you owe $694 on those. You gonna pay those today, Mr. Powell?
So, Your Honor, those are defaulted, correct?
They've been defaulted. We adjourned this over. He stood mute on April 22nd, went into default on these. These were from 2024. I mean, if I have to, I'll do a contempt hearing. I'm hoping he's just gonna pay these today.
Can he pay something today and be put on a plan for the rest, Your Honor? He did have insurance at that time. I guess he just didn't show it.
Well, he didn't come in and show up for the court date. I mean, I'm not gonna go back and revisit something that happened 2 years ago. Sorry. I can't do that. How much does he have today? Does he have $600?
Yeah, I could pay the rest of it to the 6. I didn't check, it's time to pay all of it.
You pay 200 now. On 707B. 7070B. Balance by June the 30th. You pay on the no insurance. You said you owes 362 on that.
Correct, Judge.
You pay 310 on that by June the 30th. And I'll waive the balance. Okay? So you're gonna be able to do that? You're gonna be able to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of not only 200 today, but about another 420 on the June the 30th? You gonna be able to do that? I can't hear you.
Oh, yes, Norm.
All right, and then I'll set up a payment plan for you. On the resist and obstruct, maybe you can print out a notice form on the resist and obstruct.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
on the no insurance one, I missed how much you wanted him to pay and then waive the balance.
He's gonna pay 310 by June 30th. And I'm
Okay.
waiving the balance, so I'm cutting off $52. Then on the resist and obstruct, I'm simply gonna give you until August the 10th to pay that one. That's $275. Then on the impaired charge, I'm gonna let you start paying on that on August the 20. What's August 10th? What day of the week is that?
Let me take a look here. That falls on a Monday.
Beginning August the 17th, then you pay 60 a week on the drunk driving. You understand? And she's gonna print out everything. Now, if you don't have the money, it's not a problem. Just be reasonable with me. Call the court. We'll go on Zoom or come in here on it before the due date. I will be more than happy to give you an extension, okay? I wish you well. Good luck. Thank you very much. Have a great day. You'll meet with probation.
In this courtroom, the judge carefully listened to every detail before reaching a decision. The court showed patience, fairness, and respect for both sides, while ensuring that accountability remained at the center of justice. The judge's words reflected the importance of responsibility, self-control, and respect for others. Rather than acting on emotion, the court relied on facts, evidence, and the rule of law. This case serves as a reminder that justice is not only about punishment, but also about protecting victims, encouraging accountability, and maintaining public trust. The courtroom once again demonstrated why fairness and law matter in society.
In a tense courtroom exchange, the judge showed clear frustration after learning that a key witness was discovered on the very day of trial. The court criticized the last-minute request for a delay and questioned how such an important witness had gone unnoticed for months. When it was revealed that people had been told to leave before the court officially adjourned, the judge responded sharply, reminding everyone that courtroom procedures must be respected. Although the trial was postponed, the judge issued a stern warning that no further unnecessary delays would be tolerated. The case will now return to court for trial.